How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Today the project is we're going to build a bracket to attach this 5-pound propane tank to the outside of the cargo trailer conversion camper. We had it stored inside. I had a plug in here, valve turned off. I still don't like that, so what we're going to do is we're going to make the bracket to mount it to the outside of the camper. We're going to be using a piece of about 2-inch by 1/4-inch thick flat bar, and that's going to be the basis to our project here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to first start off by bending about 3/4 to 1 inch of this at a 90-degree angle. Okay, we're going to get to heating this up and bending it. I made a mark at 1.25 inches. Now I can always cut some off, but it's going to be hard to add it to it. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy heated up. The goal was to get that in a good 90-degree angle. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little less. I think we're good there. That looks pretty good. So now we're going to get ready to measure from here how far we need in. This is a crucial move, and we got to get this for the bottom of the propane tank. Okay, we're going to take the 4-inch grinder here, and we're going to go ahead and take about 3/8 of an inch off there. We're a little long. Like I said, it's easier to take it off than it is to add it to it. So we'll just go ahead and chop this off. Now that we have the propane tank sitting on there nice and flush with the table, and we're going to mark where we need to bend this guy upwards. So we want to make a nice mark right in here, and that's where we want to start our bend to go up the back of the tank. We want to go up. So I'll take this off. We'll mark this where we want to bend it. So we'll heat that up and bend it up the back of the propane tank, and then we'll be able to cut this piece off for our bracket. Okay, what I have this marked to where I need to cut this off. We don't want all that. We have use for this. So we got to cut that off, and then we're going to put this piece down here, and that's going to be to help hold this tank into place. You'll see it come together as we go. We're just going to go cut this off right here. Okay, what I did is I took the piece that we cut off, it's right here underneath. We're going to weld this to the piece we bent for the bottom of the propane tank. So we're going to go ahead and attach this to the top of this piece here. Now that we got this piece welded on there, we need this slightly bent here and slightly bent there. just a little bit of an angle so it'll wrap around the tank. We're going to do the same thing to both sides. Bend them up. Alright, we got this all bent so it goes around the tank. And I took a piece of 1/8 inch strap. This is 1.5 inches wide. And I bent it around my tank. Just cold. I bent it cold. And now I'm going to weld this to it. And this is what's going to hold the tank in there. This will be what clamps it into this little bracket. Okay, we have our little plate welded on that we had bent around the cylinder, and I welded a piece of 1/4 inch plate right here, and I thread it 5/16 bolt, which will screw right into here. So what we want to do is we want a little bit of playroom in this so we can get our tank in and out without loosening it all the way. We'll put a lock nut on there. We're not done. This is just how we're going to keep the tank clamped into the holder. Okay, we drilled a little hole. This is what goes on the inside of the tank on the bottom. We're going to drill, we drilled a hole in it. Now we're going to tap it, 5/16 bolt in here to keep it from, there's 2 ways of holding it. We got the clamp, plus we got this bolt. One thing about these little tanks, they're about $60 a piece. And if somebody has the opportunity to maybe walk off with it, they probably would. I don't know, but we're not going to take any chances. The way this world is today, no, you can't trust nobody. So we're just going to have 2 bolts. In order to get this off and refill it, we have to take 2 bolts out. It might be a pain, but at least we'll have our bottle. We should be able to just screw our bolt right down in there. And that's going to work out really good. Okay, one more thing to do. Okay, we have a little plate here. We're going to stick this underneath of this bracket. This is going to set right underneath the frame. That's going to keep it from twisting. If it ever gets hit or something, should keep it from twisting. Okay, we're going to go over this thing just a little bit. These 2 bolts that we bolted it down with go completely through the 3-inch frame on the trailer itself. I put silicone in here, clear, and we did the whole back of that panel, so when we put that in, no water could get up in there. We put some cork around the inside of this, all the way around, and that cork is going to save it from scratching up the tank. Of course, my tank's already scratched, but we don't want it to rub a hole in it either. So we did cork in there. We have a bolt over here, which will tighten up against the tank itself. Then we have a bolt here that will go right through the bottom of the tank in the original holes that are already in the tank, right here. So we're going to go ahead and mount it in there. It is right behind the tire, which will protect it from getting bumped or anything like that. So let's get the tank and get it put in. Better pull that bolt out. This is a very tight fit, so it should be fine in here. Now what we have here is we have the valve facing this way. I wanted the valve facing straight out that way, but I didn't want to drill another hole in the bottom of this tank. I want to have the original hole in the tank. So we got that bolt in. Now this one here is going to be the pickle one. I'm not so sure I could get that one in there or not. This one here, I might have to get a longer bolt for in there, and I will. I'll go get a longer bolt. Okay, we had to get a longer bolt, and Julie had to help me push it in there because, man, it's tight. So all we have to do is snug this bolt down and snug the one in the front, and this thing is good to go. Now, I wanted to put bolts in this instead of pins or anything because, like I said, I don't want somebody running off with my propane tank. So we'll get this one snugged up, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to snug this one up too. These have lock washers on them, and that's going to keep our bolts from coming loose. This tank is going to be good and tight in here. Okay, that's what it looks like all bolted up. Next time I'll take a little ratchet wrench or ratchet and put that in there, but it took a little while just to do it in by hand. So that way if somebody takes it, they're going to take it in a while. Hopefully I catch them. Then we got this bolt down here, which holds it into place. And I think right there behind the wheel is going to keep that pretty safe. Okay, this is the reason why we want that little tank up right there. We have a stove that goes up here. A little propane stove sets up here. I run the cord right up around the side here. And the propane is right there. That's going to work out great. Nice place to put it. Right there up under that wheel. Hopefully the wheel will protect it from hitting anything. And we'll have access to it a lot easier and not have to worry about it being inside the camper. So the little table works out great, and it just has a couple little pins that stick in the wall right here. A couple little pins, pretty simple setup. This is actually a chunk of nylon. This is about 3/4 of an inch thick nylon. And then we cut a hole in it so we can carry it, and we just slide that under the mattress when we put it away. And it works out pretty good. So I would like to tell everyone thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.